Testing audio. There. Can the person who's joined us with a phone number ending in 500 unmute and tell me your name and the company you're here on behalf of? If you don't know how to unmute on a phone, you can dial *6. Trying one more time. Can the person who's joined us via phone with the phone number ending in 500 please unmute and tell me your name and the name of the company you're here on behalf of? If you don't know how to unmute via phone, you can do so by dialing *6.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
Hi there. Can you hear me?
hang on. You guys are talking to each other. Give me a second. The person who's joined with a phone number ending in 500, can you tell me your name and the name of the company you're here on behalf of?
Sure, yeah. First name is Wendasan Hailamarem and Nova Towing LLC, NOVA.
Give me just a second. I'm trying to find you on my list. Nova, you said?
Yeah, Nova Towing.
And you said, can you say your name one more time for me?
Wendasan Hailamarem.
Okay. Give me just a second. I'm going to rename you on our screen so we know that's who you are. Oh.
Sure.
Okay, I've got you renamed. Do you have any documents you want to present in the hearing today?
Not today. I don't have anything, because my business is not running from the beginning to until now.
Yep. So that's okay. You don't have to show any documents. I just needed to know if you wanted to. You'll have an opportunity to tell the judge anything you want to. It doesn't have to be documents. So
okay,
if you could, if you could unmute until it's your turn to speak, or I'm sorry, mute until it's your turn to speak, just so we don't get an echo with the other folks that are joining, that'd be great. Again, you can mute and unmute by dialing *6.
Sure, definitely. I will do that.
Thank you. And how about the phone number that's joined us ending in 645? Can you tell me your name and the company you're here on behalf of?
Yeah, it's Dave Dewey, and it's Dave Dewey, Step Hills Transfer.
Okay, let me find you. Step Hills Transfer. Okay. And I think you've joined us by video as well. Is that right? I see a
Yes,
D
they
Dewey on the
just turned
screen
on.
too. Okay, perfect. I'm going to
Yeah.
just rename you on your video screen since we'll see you there.
Yeah, that's fine.
So far, there's no issue with the double joining. Sometimes there can be, but seems okay so far. Do
Well,
you have
I'm
any?
a rookie at this, just so you know. So,
No worries. Do you have
okay.
any documents you'd like to present?
Well, I'm not sure. I sent them in with the insurance company, and you know, if they're not already presented, then yes. I have the Secretary of State periodic report that has our name on it, and I have the Secretary of State statement of trade name. And they're two different, and I guess there's a problem with
So
in our
hang on.
hearing. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you'll get an opportunity to explain to the ALJ
Yeah.
anything you want them to know. The only reason I'm
Okay.
asking you if you have documents to present is because there's kind of a process we have to go through if you want to present them. You don't have to present anything. I just sort of
Okay.
need an answer from you
Well,
if
I mean,
you want to.
I emailed them in, so I don't know if you have them, but I do have them, you know, and they're here, and I can do whatever you want with them, scan, present, you know. But I'm happy to do whatever you want. That's all.
I think what we'll do is we'll wait to get the hearing started, and then if you end up wanting to present documents, we'll just take a brief pause, and I will walk you through what you'll need to do if you end up wanting to present them. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, and that's just fine. And they were emailed to that Margarita that's on the phone, Margarita or whatever. I see her on the screen, so they were emailed to her if we need to, you know, if she needs to pull them up on whatever.
Perfect. And if you could just mute your phone while we're waiting. I've got one more person who's just joined us to talk to and ask these same questions to. So if you could just be on mute until it's your turn, just so we don't get, you know, background or an echo.
Push the *6.
Yep, *6.
You got it.
Thanks. And the person who's joined us with the name Abigail, can you tell me your last name and the company you're here on behalf of?
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. My name is Abigail Lozano, and it's with AB Towing and Auto Recycling.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to rename you so we know that's who you're here for. Do you have any documents you want to present today?
No, I did submit some via email yesterday, and I just got notified a couple minutes ago by the workers' comp insurance that they submitted with the state. I can email.
Okay. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do the same thing we're doing for Mr. Dewey. When it's your turn to speak, if you end up wanting to present any documents, we'll take a break and I'll walk you through what you need to do. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Perfect. Thanks.
Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order and go on the record in proceeding number 25C-0082-INS. I'm Kelly Rosenberg, the Administrative Law Judge assigned to this proceeding. This is the Commission standing show cause insurance hearing set by notices and complaints to individual respondents. At this time, I will take appearances starting with staff.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Justin Larson with the Colorado Attorney General's Office here on behalf of staff of the PUC. With me, as always, is Marquita Riley, who will be our sole witness today.
Thank you. And now, Mr. Halamariam, if you would unmute yourself, I have a couple of questions for you relative to Nova Towing.
Yes, ma'am, I'm listening.
Does your company have fewer than 3 owners? How many owners does your company have?
It's only me, just one owner.
Great. And I just need to confirm, do you have authority to speak on behalf of Nova Towing?
No, it's only me.
Okay, so you do have authority to speak on behalf of the company.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Great. Okay, and the reason I will ask these questions of the 3 individuals who are here on behalf of the companies. Ordinarily, companies need to be represented by attorneys in these sorts of proceedings, but there are exceptions to that. And what I'm doing is just walking through to make sure each of the individuals meets the requirements of that exception. So Mr. Halalarian, you are welcome to mute again because you do have authority to represent Nova Towing. So now, Mr. Dewey, same 2 questions I have for you. How many owners does your towing company have, or your company have?
I'm unmuted now. Okay. I'm the owner. So.
Okay, great. And you do have authority then to speak on behalf of your company?
Yes.
Great.
I
Okay.
do.
So similarly, when we get to it, you can testify, but you do have authority to represent your company here on the record.
Yeah.
Great. And then finally, Ms. Lozano, if you could unmute yourself.
Yes.
Great. And how many owners does AB Towing have?
1.
1. And do you have authority to speak on behalf of AB Towing?
Yes.
Great. Okay. So for now, what we will do is the 3 of you can mute yourselves again. You will have the opportunity to speak after staff presents its case. But now what we will do is turn it over to staff and they will present their case for us. So Mr. Larson, you are free to.
Thank you, Your Honor. Staff calls Marquita Riley.
Ms. Riley, will you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Great, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Ms. Riley. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Marquita Riley, Marquita
Who is your current employer?
The Public Utilities Commission.
And what is your job title with the commission?
I'm the program assistant in the transportation unit.
And what is your role in today's proceeding?
I review the commission records and coordinate with commission staff for these proceedings against motor carriers that do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
Do the statutes and commission rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission?
Yes.
And can you tell us which statutes or rules impose this requirement?
Yes. Per Rule 6008 requires that motor carriers maintain and file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission.
What needs to be provided to the commission in order to show financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008 requires that motor carriers must electronically file certain forms. An example would be a Form E as evidence of financial responsibility.
How long does this evidence of financial responsibility remain in effect?
Per Rule 6008 requires that each insurance company give the commission a 30-day advance written notice when insurance is not being renewed or if it's being canceled.
What is the next step when the PUC receives a notification of cancellation or non-renewal?
I then use the commission's OpRights database to compile a list of motor carriers that we received notice of cancellation.
Were the exhibits for today's hearing provided to the respondents?
Yes.
And can you just briefly explain how that was done?
Yes. I created a list of the permit and certificate numbers that we received notice of cancellation. I then emailed that list along with the exhibits to the AG's office. The AG's office then pre-filed all the exhibits and emailed the respondents and copied me on the email.
Thank you. Ms. Federico, can we please pull up what's been pre-marked as staff's hearing exhibit 1?
All right, we're having a technical difficulty. Give us a second.
No problem. Thank you. Can you see that okay, Ms. Riley?
Yes.
And can you describe what this document is?
Yes, this is the initial hearing cycle listing that contains the names of the motor carriers that the commission received notice that their financial responsibility was going to expire.
And who created this hearing cycle listing?
I did.
Can you describe how it was prepared?
Yes, I used the commission's operates database for this list.
And when did you prepare this list?
On February 24th, 2025.
And can you just tell us where it shows the date?
Yes, it's on the bottom right corner.
Does the commission create a hearing cycle listing like the one we see in Exhibit 1 as part of its regular course of business?
Yes,
Is it the commission's practice to maintain documents like Exhibit 1 as part of its business record?
yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 1.
Exhibit 1 is admitted.
Now, Ms. Riley, based on the list that we see up here, what actions did the commission take?
The commission then sent the letter to each respondent.
Thank you. And Ms. Federico, can we now pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 2? Thank you. Now, can you describe what these documents are, Ms. Riley?
Yes, these are copies of the letters sent to the respondents on today's updated list.
Can you just summarize what these letters tell the respondents?
Yes, the letter explains that all operations under its authority are suspended as of the date the insurance expires unless proof of proper insurance is submitted to the commission. It also provides notice of today's hearing and advises the respondents that if proper evidence of financial responsibility is not submitted to the commission, then its authority may be permanently revoked.
When did the commission send these letters?
On February 24th, 2025.
Is it the commission's practice to create letters like these in the regular course of its business?
Yes,
And is it the commission's practice to maintain letters like Exhibit 2 as part of its business record?
yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 2.
Exhibit 2 is admitted.
And Ms. Riley, does the commission require motor carriers to establish and maintain a designated agent?
Yes, per Rule 6006 requires that the motor carriers establish and maintain a designated agent.
And were these letters that we saw in Exhibit 2 sent to the addresses of the designated agents on file with the commission?
Yes,
And how did the commission serve these letters?
through first-class postal mail.
Thank you. Ms. Federico, can we now turn to what has been pre-marked as staff's hearing Exhibit 3? Thank you. Can you see that okay, Ms. Riley?
Yes.
Can you describe what this document is?
Yes, this is the attachment that was sent with the notice letters. It contains information on how to participate in today's video conference hearing.
When was this attachment sent to the respondents?
On February 24th, 2025.
Is it the commission's standard practice to include letters, this attachment with the notification letters to the respondents when it holds an electronic hearing like today?
Yes.
And is it the commission's standard practice to include this attachment, or is it, I apologize, is it did the commission create this attachment in the regular course of business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain attachments like Exhibit 3 in the regular course of business?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 3.
Exhibit 3 is admitted.
And if we could now pull up Ms. Federico hearing Exhibit 4 in staff's box. Thank you. And can you see that okay, Ms. Riley?
Yes, I can.
Can you describe what this document is?
Yes, this is the certificate of service for the notice letters and the attachments sent to the respondent.
Did the commission create the certificate in the regular course of business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain certificates like this in the regular course of its business record?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 4.
Exhibit 4 is admitted.
Thank you. And Ms. Riley, just looking at the language of the letter, it states, quote, whose name and addresses appear below, end quote, and below that it says, quote, see hearing cycle listing. Are these statements referring to the original hearing cycle listing that we saw in Exhibit 1?
Yes.
And returning back to Exhibit number 2, which is the notice letter, the letter informed the respondents about what happens if it can provide evidence of insurance or surety coverage before the hearing. If the commission receives evidence of insurance or surety coverage, what happens?
Then we will not proceed against that carrier and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing.
Did staff create an updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing?
Yes.
Ms. Federico, can we please pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit number 5? Great. Can you see that, Ms. Riley?
Yes.
Can you describe what this document is?
Yes, this is the updated hearing cycle listing for today's date. It contains the names of the respondents that we still have not received proof of financial responsibility.
Did staff create this list the same way as you described for hearing exhibit 1?
Yes.
And did you create this document?
Yes, I did.
When was it created?
On March 10th, 2025. Sorry, was getting my years mixed up.
No problem. And is that that date in the bottom right as it was for exhibit 1?
Yes.
Did the commission create this hearing cycle listing in the regular course of business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain the updated hearing cycle listing as a part of its business record?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit exhibit 5.
Exhibit 5 is admitted.
Now, Ms. Riley, did staff send a letter to all the motor carriers listed in exhibit 5?
Yes.
Do the addresses listed in hearing exhibit 5 match the carrier's addresses in hearing exhibit number 2?
Yes.
When was the last time you checked to see if there was any change in the status of the carriers in exhibit 5?
This morning, March 12th, 2025.
Are you aware of any pending applications, either for suspension or abandonment, affecting any common or contract carriers listed in exhibit 5?
No, we don't have any pending applications for this proceeding.
Does staff recommend dismissing any carriers listed in hearing exhibit number 5? And if so, can you state which ones?
Yes, I do have 2 for dismissal. Den Towing, DEN Towing Specialist, LLC, PUC number T-04780. Insurance was updated for that respondent. And then Dario Auto Truck Inc., PUC number T-378. Insurance was updated for them as well.
And are you aware of any letters that were returned to the commission?
Yes, I do have a few. Black Diamond Auto Transport LLC, 720 Tow and Recovery LLC, Eric's Towing, and Backcountry Towing and Recovery LLC. Those letters were returned, but there was no additional addresses on file for us to remail those out to them.
And did you verify that the addresses for each of those carriers match what was listed in the commission system?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. So just a few concluding questions. When does the decision made after today's hearing become a final commission decision?
The recommended decision would become a final commission order decision 20 days after the administrative law judge issues the recommended decision if no exceptions are filed.
And what happens if a carrier provides proper proof of insurance before the decision becomes a final order?
Then the recommended decision will not be enforced against that respondent.
What is staff's overall recommendation for today?
Staff recommends that the certificate or permit numbers listed on here in Exhibit 5 be revoked for lack of financial responsibility as required by law, except for DEN Towing Specialist LLC and Dario Auto Truck Inc.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. No further questions from staff.
Thank you. Ms. Riley, I did just have one question. Are you able to tell me again the permit number for Dario Auto Truck Inc.? I don't think I wrote it down correctly.
Yes, their number is T-378.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And I don't have any further questions for Ms. Riley. Staff she's your only witness that you have?
Correct, Your Honor, and I apologize. Ms. Federico, you can take down the exhibit now.
So at this point, the three individuals who are representing companies, you will one by one have the opportunity, if you wish, to testify or to provide a narrative if you feel it's necessary. I do want to reemphasize what Ms. Riley just testified about, which fundamentally the crux of the issue is that you will have 20 days from the date of the decision. I will issue a written decision. It usually takes a few days to a week to get out. Once that decision is issued, after that point, you will have 20 days to ensure that you obtain and file properly the proof of insurance and the required sums with the commission. And so long as that is done within the next 20 days, this proceeding will no longer apply to you. You will not be, your permits won't be revoked or canceled as a result of this. So, and that's really the message that I would like to convey to you. But if you still do wish to provide some testimony, I'll go through one by one. Mr. Halimariam, do you wish to testify?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, you know what? I just listened what you said to them, so I think that should apply to me too. I don't have any insurance right now, so I might renew it again.
I'm not sure I fully understood. I apologize. So you understand the situation and you do not wish to testify, is that correct?
Yes, I have nothing to testify.
Great. Okay, understood. Mr. Dewey, same question for you. Understanding those facts, do you still wish to testify? You are welcome to if you want to.
Yeah, well, my insurance company has been dealing with this whole thing.
So if you do wish to testify, let me swear you in. So can you raise your right arm?
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm under penalty of perjury to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, go ahead and proceed. Thank you.
Okay. Bottom line comes down to I want to do whatever I have to do to get, the permit. I've already paid the insurance company. They've sent in the forms And from what I understand, 2 of the forms were rejected because our Secretary of State didn't have us listed as a corporation. But our periodic report, which I have, and I have sent to Akita, whatever her name was, Marquita, that our name appears with the Inc. listed in the end of it. And then our statement of trade name is how we do business, and that's just listed as Dave Dewey Step Hills Transfer. So I just want to find out what I have to do to make this correct, because we have that information. I've been in business 15 years. The company that was taking care of us auto owners is no longer doing business with moving companies in Colorado, or that's what they said anyway. We paid for a progressive policy. They tried to send that in and it was denied because the name wasn't the same as what you had. So I just want to do whatever I have to do to make this correct. And I guess the insurer, I've been seeing the emails today from the insurer to Marquita, but they really haven't got much of a response. I just want to take care of it. Whatever I have to do. I've already paid dearly, so I just want to make sure I'm clear on this and take care of the insurer.
Sure, I understand. So it sounds so that you do have Ms. Riley's contact information and you have been in contact with her.
Well, the insurance company has, and then I emailed the 2 documents from Colorado Secretary of State to her, and I haven't got a response if that cleared everything up. So, I've been in business 15 years. I have to be in business, so I want to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. That's all.
Sure. Well, I do encourage. Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
That's why that's why I called into the hearing, because I just want to make sure that if I have to do something else, I'm more than happy to. Just let me know.
Sure. I do encourage you then, and it sounds like you're on the right track, to reach out to Ms. Riley after the hearing and see if there is any specific information she may be able to provide you with doing it. It sounds as though, do you believe you'll be able to get this accomplished within the next 20 days?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
I would have thought it would have been accomplished. I paid for it. They submitted everything. Whatever I have to do, I called that 4,000, the number for Marquita Riley, and I got in touch with someone. They said they had us listed as as me being the owner and not as it being incorporated by the Secretary of State. So I sent that proof in from the Secretary of State, from our e-filings, and I haven't heard back. So, but I'm,
okay.
Whatever I got to do, I don't know.
Sure. No, I understand the situation. I just encourage you, when the hearing is over, to continue with your efforts to get it resolved. It sounds like you do have the insurance. You just need to get a few items finalized before it's properly uploaded. Okay. Okay. So thank you for that. And moving on, Ms. Lozano, do you have any testimony you would like to provide, or like Mr. Hallamariam, would you like to just observe?
I don't have anything to test.
Okay, thank you. So, staff, do you have anything further based off of the questions I had for the 3 respondents?
No, Your Honor, nothing from staff.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, for your time today. I will take this matter under advisement and I will issue a written decision. As we've discussed earlier, it usually takes roughly about a week for the decision to get out, but that's give or take a couple of days here or there. And Now that we've heard everybody testify, I'm going to close the record in this matter and adjourn the proceeding. Thank you for your time, everyone.